When you move to a new apartment, there are some things you should do or think about. One of the most important things to do is to walk through the apartment to check its condition. When you do this, you will learn if any items should be fixed or replaced. You can then tell your landlord about the broken items so they can fix them and also recognize that you are not at fault. This video will cover what to look for during your walkthrough and how to mark items on your check-in, check-out form for your new apartment. As you enter the apartment, check to make sure the key to the entrance door lock works smoothly. You should be able to easily enter your key into the lock and turn it without any trouble. Check if the door opens and closes without sticking. If you notice any problems, mark them on your form. Now, go to the kitchen. First, check the large appliances, including the stove and refrigerator. Check the stove to make sure all the knobs and burners are there. Turn on the burners to make sure they work. Open the stove's oven to see if it is clean and if the oven racks are there. Mark any problems you find on your form. Next, check the refrigerator. Open the freezer door to feel if it is cold inside the freezer. If there is a problem with the temperature, adjust the temperature level to see if it makes the temperature colder. If there is an ice maker, check if it is on and working properly. Make sure all the shelves are there and secure. Next, as you did with the freezer, check the refrigerator's shelves and temperature. Again, mark any problems on your form. Next, review the kitchen cabinets. It is important to check if the cabinet doors and drawers open and close smoothly, and if any cabinet or doorknobs are missing. If you see any missing knobs, or if any cabinet doors and drawers don't work as they should, mark notes on your form. You should also look for stains or marks on the countertop and check if all the kitchen outlets work like they should. It's helpful to plug in a phone charger or a small appliance, like a hairdryer, to test if the outlets work well. The last thing to check in the kitchen are the faucet and underneath the sink. First, check to make sure the faucet works well and that the water runs smoothly. Under the sink, you may want to use a flashlight to make sure you can see everything. Open the cabinet door and touch the inside walls of the cabinet to make sure everything is dry. If you notice any water or water damage, write that on your form. Before leaving the kitchen, check if there is any evidence of bugs or rodents. If so, you'll want to report this to the landlord. Now that you have finished in the kitchen, it's time to check the bathroom. First, check the toilet floor for any moisture or water damage. Afterwards, check the outside of the toilet for any leaks or cracks in the toilet tank. Make sure to flush the toilet to check if it works correctly. Also, make sure the toilet paper holder is secure if it is attached to the wall. As you did in the kitchen, you should make sure the faucet works well and the cabinet doors and drawers work like they should. Under the sink, check for the same things that you did in the kitchen, like water damage, moisture, and evidence of bugs or rodents. Also check that the outlets work by using a phone charger or a small appliance. If there is a towel bar, check it to make sure it is secured to the wall. Last, check the shower and bathtub. If there is a shower door, make sure it opens and closes smoothly. Next, check to see if the shower head is secure. Do the same for the shower rod if there is one. Turn on the water to the bathtub and shower. Make sure the water comes out hot and cold like it should when you adjust the knob. When you turn off the water, check if the water shuts off correctly. If you notice there is a drip long after you've turned the water off, make a note on your form. Also, make sure there is no water damage to any of the walls in the bathroom. Let's move on to the bedroom. Important things to check in the bedroom include the bedroom door and the closet. Make sure the door opens and closes easily, and that the closet bars are secure to the wall and can hold the weight of your clothes and belongings. On the way back through the apartment, you should check if all the windows open and close smoothly and if the window locks work. If there are any blinds or coverings at the windows, check to make sure they pull up or down like they should. You should also check the lights in each room to make sure the light switches work or if any light bulbs are needed. If the light switches don't work correctly or if there are light bulbs missing, mark it on your form. Last, check the floors to make sure they are clean. If the apartment has hardwood or tile floors, you should ask your landlord if they have any specific information on how to clean those floors if the landlord has not provided that information to you. Once you have finished your walkthrough, double-check to make sure you filled out each area of the form. When you have finished the form, you can make a copy of it and give a copy to your landlord so any necessary changes are made.